What's going on, everybody? So I want to share this video with y'all. It came across my feed, and I think that a lot of this red pill, a lot of these ideologies that's spreading around, while people will argue they're with good intentions, I think it's just gone too far. And I want to just play Exhibit A and show y'all what I'm talking about. Note the people on stage. You got Fresh and Fit, two to the right. And then you got Bandman Kiwi to the left, dude who's been exposed and is known for scamming. Dude flaunts his wealth. Everybody knows he's a scammer. I don't know how these internet personalities who are known for scamming still have this clout. Like, I think it's our fault at this point. But I just want to play this video and share my thoughts with y'all. So let's get it.
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass. This is the whole fucking point. You have a weakness. Change it, motherfucker. How the fuck are you going to lead people if you don't realize your weakness is their way out? They're not going to listen to you. You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say. Oh, it's not about the money. It's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black and white life. It's the gray area. You have to be good at everything. That's the goal, to really excel in every area. And that's the worst thing about these motherfuckers. They try to give you relationship advice. You got a borderline Miami 2. That's like a fucking Mississippi 6. Don't give me relationship advice to my 10 when you got a 2, motherfucker. Shut up.
Okay, I just want to go back to that frame, and I just want to ask y'all a question, man, and everybody on this stage is going to have to catch a stray. I don't give a damn. Y'all could say I'm out of pocket. Y'all could say whatever you want. Do y'all really want to take advice from these people on stage, bro? Like, if you just look at them, like, people's confidence usually radiates from them. Are these the type of people who you think are confident and have what it takes to, have a successful relationship or have a successful business? Aside from being a social media personality, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the real world, right? You got motherfucking Fresh, who dude can't even articulate a sentence. Dude's been exposed plenty of times. Recent controversy, got an escort pregnant.
I believe that you could relegate Fresh's contribution to the podcast to 4 buttons on your stream deck. I mean, all you need is like a mannequin with a black trash bag over it. Myron just programmed like 4 buttons. The first button could be like, so ladies. The other button could be like, red flag. The last button could be like, all right, last off on the show.
So I'll get through it. So Fresh, I'll start off with Fresh. You met Miranda, a girl who made TikToks about her hatred for men and how to finesse them, after having asked her out multiple times and she rejected your advances and said she was busy. However, suspiciously, once you invited her on a yacht, she suddenly had time for you and finally accepted your date. Despite only knowing her for a very short time, you claimed on the pod with DJ Academics that she works me for me and she was attracted to my game, even though the evidence is clear that she did not. This is 4K proof that your actions contradicted the red pill message you preach, yet in the past, when pressed on this, you refuse to admit this.
Dude's been exposed by his own followers. Nobody believes him. Everybody thinks he's fake. Dude is just not what he seems to be. Then you got Myron, who, in my opinion, honestly, is an intelligent guy who used to be a Fed. Obviously, he talks about this all the time. But is this the overconfident dude that y'all want to take advice from? A dude who went and got his hair done, a dude wearing a silky toupee, a dude who only goes off on women on his podcast. I have never seen him go off on any dude in person. Never wants to talk to dudes, never give them that same energy. But when it's a thought who's, gonna be a thought when you bring him on your podcast, you gonna kick him out, you gonna cuss him out, you gonna disrespect him. It seems like he don't give men that same energy because he knows there's repercussions of the words that you say. Then you got the dude right next to him who I think I've seen him on their podcast before, but he talking about him. That's who he's talking about right there. He talking about him, rich, ripped, and rare. Does this dude really seem emotionally stable? Like, let's be honest. Any dude who's 250 pounds with ripped skinny jeans, probably roided up, yelling, cussing, thinking he got something profound to say, probably is the last dude anybody should be taking advice from. That's just my feeling. I doubt that, he would have the same energy for all the servicemen, for all the firefighters, for all the police officers, for all the tradesmen who, you know, to be quite frank, keep the society going. Like, what would we do without these people? And these aren't the people who he describes as being rich, ripped, and rare. These are relatively normal people with regular jobs who bring a lot of value to society. That just goes to show that checking every single box as he describes doesn't define success in the way he's saying it does. A lot of us, you know, a lot of our fathers and our grandfathers weren't as he described it. You know, my parents were broke when they came to America. You know, a lot of people, whether they're American and they were born and raised here, like, a lot of them don't have a lot of money. A lot of them raised us with certain values and stuff that we still carry to this day, and we don't look at them like they're unsuccessful just because we weren't raised in a millionaire household. I mean, that's just insulting, bro. Like, our grandparents and our parents, you know, who didn't have a lot of money, we just gonna point to them and say that they ain't shit. My dad came from Africa and he was making $3 an hour, and he rose to where he is now, where he's successful, and he was able to raise me, my brother, and take care of my mom. You know, just because he didn't have a six-pack, you don't have any respect for that. Just because he doesn't have millions of dollars, you don't have respect for that. I mean, it just seems like a slap in the face to every previous generation that precedes him. So, you know, I think this mentality is very toxic, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind, you know, saying that. You know, I don't think these dudes got any smoke for any dude who opposes them in person. You know, I think they could sit up on a stage and speak to their vulnerable followers in such a way that they'll just take it, because a lot of their followers, to be quite frank, are simps. Having money isn't everything. You can have money to supplement other things in your life, but things like having a family, things like having God in your life, things like, you know, being content with what you have, you know, a lot of these things is how you achieve true happiness. Not everybody's going to be a millionaire, but you just going to point to them and say, because they don't have as much money as you have, they're not successful. How do you know they're not happier than you with having less than you? Doesn't that make them better off in a way? Nobody is going to voice their opposing opinion to them. They just going to sit there. They going to take the disrespect, even though he's talking about them. So everybody on this stage is going to have to catch a stray, bro. I think these people on stage are the last people you want to take advice from as far as how to be successful.
They better just watch what they say around a motherfucker who's beating them in every area. You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better can be rolling some sick shit. That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There has to be rims on my goddamn Phantom. Go out front. That ain't normal Phantom. That's a Mansory Phantom. I don't have the normal shit. That chick's got upgrades. Done.
I think what this next dude is about to say, he's about to cook this old boy right here. So let's listen to what he got to say about what it takes to be successful.
My definition of success is having a family, having children.
See it, I feel it. Is cooking.
And being part of the apparatus of the world. And true wealth is a rejection of materialism. As Christ said himself, what good does it benefit a man to gain the entire world at the cost of his soul? It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point, ultimately. You're trying to go for a single thing, and it's to achieve something greater than
money?
the person.
Does he have money?
No.
Do you have money?
No, I don't have. I don't have money.
money?
But here's the thing. Why is money valuable?
These motherfuckers paid for this event. That's crazy, bro. These are grown men who are taking these people's advice. That's crazy to me.
I mean, just do you have money?
What is
That's
money valuable
insane.
for?
I'm just asking. Do you
People
have
are
money?
really vulnerable, man.
I'm broke. I'm a nobody.
But really, you are?
Yeah.
Is he really broke?
Yeah.
I just want to know. I have to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of these rich guys. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't have a Lambo.
I just really have to know. Like, how much money you got?
Probably $5 in my pocket. Not much more.
Can anyone answer for the guy?
Why do they think I'm kidding? I have a family. I take care of an entire family. That takes a lot of money.
He's doing all right. Here's the thing, you guys. If you ain't fit, you can't say it's not all about being in good shape.
Why not?
If you don't have money, you can't say it's not all about money.
Yeah, why not?
If he does have money, he can say that.
Why not? Why can't you say it? Why must you have the thing before you hang on, let me ask the question.
Because hypothetical is hypocritical.
Let me ask the question.
Hypothetical is hypocritical.
I didn't even know what I was going to say before I've even been allowed to ask the question. I know what you're going to say. Then what was I going to say?
You're going to say, why can't you ask the question?
Okay, so that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, how in the world can you create a standard that it's inappropriate to ask somebody, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about it.
You think that I haven't experienced wealth?
I was asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
I was asking if you did. I don't know who you are.
But even poor people experience days of wealth. And so the thing is
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely so.
Not.
Definitely so.
I've lived the lowest lows and the highest highs.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at these studies done on this, it does not.
I don't fit no studies.
It does not
bro.
hugely improve a person's life.
Are you proud of who the
Bro,
you are?
why
Well,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
finish?
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've been.
and tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of
I've
yourself.
been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison.
Get your ass beat in front of
You think that
everybody.
that's better? You think that that's better?
Let's let him give his.
Dude got skinny jeans on tighter than a girl trying to insult this dude because he spitting facts. Now that's the type of shit I'm talking about, bruh. It's like people like this do not have energy for people who's built like them. So it's like if you're gonna give that energy to this dude just because he's more articulate, he know what he's talking about, then that just says everything it says about you. Clearly this dude, he doesn't want him to spit facts because it goes against everything that he says, but he know what he's talking about.
His definition of success, and then,
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is.
let's
You
let him-
guys.
let's let him get
Please
his-
don't listen to that.
Anyway, back to where I was at.
Boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Prison.
Yeah.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he was reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. Think that a rejection of materialism is something missing in society, and I do think that true wealth is the family, being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them.
Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna.
Even Myron looks uncomfortable in this situation, unable to mediate the disagreement between the two because he trying to be on everybody's good side. But that's beside the point. The point is, old boy with the bald head and the skinny jeans roided up is clearly emotional, clearly doesn't have any emotional control, and that's what seems like got him in prison in the first place. But with that being said, man, don't let this kind of ideology get in the way of what true happiness is. The best examples for us, if y'all grew up how I grew up with both my parents in a marriage and in a stable nuclear household. And, being able to come home every day, looking at my father, coming home every day, being able to look me and my brother in the eye growing up, look at my mom, his wife growing up, and to be able to know that he's taking care of us, that's true happiness in life. That's true contentment in life. You can't have millions of dollars and have a six-pack and have 10 cars and have mistresses on the side and have a happy marriage. You can't have everything in life. So it's like clearly he's chosen his own path, which is materialism and hedonism. And the dude who's disagreeing with him has chosen family and nuclear values over that. So I think, us as young men, we have a decision to make. Which way we want to go in our lives. Do we want to chase the money? Do we want to chase the girls? Do we want to sleep with a different girl every day and call that true happiness? Like, are we going to be honest and lie to ourselves? Or do we want to actually speak the truth and do what's best for not only ourselves, but for society as a whole and bring value to ourselves and to society as a whole? So let me just say this as well. There's nothing wrong with wanting to improve your wealth, when wanting to improve your health, wanting to get in shape and get fit. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And even trying to encourage people close to you to increase their wealth and to get in shape and do those sort of things. But you can't define your whole personality based on that, bro. Clearly, the guy sitting down who disagreed with him got this guy triggered. Now he's standing up, talking about he's gonna smack him, making threats against him. So, it just goes to show, like, who do you think is really right in this situation? Like, who do you think is really spitting facts? If I came across two men, one dude with a pot belly, makes $75,000 a year, but he's there for his family when he needs them. He'll do anything for his family. He takes care of them. He teaches them values God, versus you got a guy like this who's 35 years old, probably single, got 10 cars, but he pushes this materialistic, hedonistic ideology, which is detrimental to men and women at the end of the day. Because I guarantee you, if it was his mama or his daughter or his niece, that's not somebody who we'd want running around sleeping with a dude like him, being with a dude like him. That's where I think us as men in general, we can be a little hypocritical in that sense, to where it's like we want to do something, we want to treat women this way, but when it comes to our family and the people close to us, it's like we wouldn't want to do the women in our family like that. I think this hypocrisy needs to be pointed out. Bro clock is right twice a day, so I can't say 100% of what they say is incorrect, but I will say guys like Fresh and Fit clearly insecure dudes who only go off on women on their podcasts, only got that energy for women who they know, you know, essentially where there's no repercussions. Because you can't talk to a dude such as Waka Flocka. They don't got that same energy for him, you know, when they come to talking about black women and insulting women like that. So, I mean, whatever your opinions are, you're entitled to your own opinion about black women, white women, yellow women, etc. But it's like, keep that same energy across the board. I mean, you're just exposing yourself every time. So that's all I wanted to share, man. I just wanted to play that little part of the clip. I mean, I think the rest of it, they just kind of arguing. But I do just think, you know, we need to take note of when this sort of ideology gets too toxic and it gets too out of hand. So this is a perfect example of where it can get out of hand and it can go too far to where, you know, people are actually paying for this event. And I think, you know, the biggest victims are the people at this event, bro, because these are probably vulnerable dudes. And, you know, I feel bad because, you know, they're not saying anything that's profound. Everything that they're saying has been said before. It's not like they're preaching something that nobody has heard or preaching stuff that dudes don't talk about. I mean, I was taught at an early age you don't want to get with girls who are promiscuous. I was taught at an early age to value yourself and to value how to treat women. And I was taught at an early age by my father, you know, just from him leading by example, how he treated my mother growing up, and, you know, from the actions I learned from my experiences. But just knowing at an early age all the things that they talk about is crazy, how you got grown men who are paying for this type of knowledge. So it's just a shame, man. Like, I feel bad for everybody involved, the women who are mistreated on this show. And trust me, bro, I'm the last person to have sympathy for a thought who doesn't want any accountability. But at the end of the day, my biggest thing is you just got to keep that same energy for the men and the women, bro. And, you know, I think a guy like this who's going off on this dude because he defines success differently, I mean, it says everything about these sort of people. With that being said, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Just talking off the top of my head. Obviously, I didn't write nothing down. This is my first time seeing this video, so let me know what y'all think. If y'all agree, if y'all disagree, I want to know what y'all think. Let me know. Look forward to seeing y'all soon. One love. Peace.